Succession planning is an essential part of talent management. It's a business strategy which identifies the critical roles, functions, or operations within a company and ensures as smooth as possible transition for a new post holder when those roles become vacant and seeks to minimize business risk. It requires a strategic, thorough, and proactive approach. These critical roles are often vital to the organization's success, and any gap in leadership or specialized expertise can significantly disrupt operations. In this series of short videos, we will talk about the 6 key stages in effective succession planning, along with the common challenges that organizations face. The first stage is to be clear on which roles are mission critical. Senior leadership positions are those that are most commonly focused on, but it is important to think more broadly about the roles that you include here. For instance, are there roles which require specialized expertise? Also, make sure that you have successor profiles for each critical post against which you can assess talent. And it is important that succession planning is not seen as just an HR process. It is a business-critical activity which needs to be owned, supported, and driven by senior leadership. So getting C-suite and board engagement and sponsorship is part of this first step. The second step is to assess your internal talent. You need to be looking at any knowledge or skills gap. You should leverage all the employee data you currently have through practices such as performance management and 360-degree feedback, but also involve measures of potential and assessments which tap into people's motivators and strengths. There are clear benefits by being inclusive in your approach to assessment and ensuring that your practices and tools are fair, ethical, and create a diverse talent pool. Identified successors now become part of a development journey to ready them for the next role. They'll need a targeted development plan with clear, smart objectives, setting out how they will develop the skills, knowledge, and competencies required to be a capable successor. This might be through formal training programs or through coaching or mentoring, or through temporary or stretch assignments. And make sure that you have knowledge transfer processes in place. You'll need to have processes and measures in place to keep the activities on track to ensure successors are ready now when expected. Again, this is probably best achieved through your performance management process as well as your regular manager check-in conversations. But you'll also want to keep collecting regular feedback for these individuals, perhaps through repeat 360s. Stage 5 involves looking externally for skills, abilities, or knowledge that you don't currently have or will find it hard to develop within your organization. Look to attract, build, and engage a talent pipeline of potential candidates. You may also need to look externally in the event of a sudden departure of a key individual, or have at least identified a caretaker in preparation. And remember that having a thorough onboarding process is really important here too. And finally, succession plans need to be monitored, reviewed, and evaluated in terms of their efficacy and business impact. As the organization grows, or if there is a change in direction or strategy, your succession plan needs to be updated. Succession planning is a dynamic process, and in reality, you will be doing many of these stages in parallel and certainly in a cyclical fashion to ensure they remain relevant and fit for purpose. By following these steps, organizations can ensure they have a well-prepared, capable pool of leaders and experts ready to step into critical posts, thus minimizing disruption and maintaining stability in the face of churn. In our next video, before we dive into each of these 6 stages in more detail, we will look at the common challenges that organizations face when trying to put succession planning into practice. If you'd like to know more about how to build good practice into your succession planning activity, get in touch with us today.